Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hi,
How's it going?
everybody.
Hi, welcome to Parallel Paths, guys.
A podcast where
We walk together through the highs
the lows, the
and
what
what
the
the
heck
heck is
moment.
going on? Listen, I don't want to do a polished intro. I mean, I
I don't
do. We'll
either.
do it, but I'm gonna miss this, you know?
Oh, I know. You
Wait, we
know
didn't
what?
finish it. And
This week,
then what?
I was actually thinking just about the podcast and like what it is and our roots and kind of tied into the intro. Like, I don't know. This is just coming up. How this is not even like a informational podcast but it is a purposeful podcast and it's just about community and how everyone's walking a parallel path and we're all same in different ways. And I was also thinking about you and I and our material girlness and our spiritualityness, and I don't know, I was just feeling sentimental about this space.
It really is beautiful. It's so fascinating how we come across people that are mirrors in so many ways, like crazy. You'll talk to a friend you haven't talked to in a while, and they're experiencing something like remarkably archetypally similar. But yeah,
Yes.
it's just cute that we get to just chat about these things and literally like walk through life together. That is not performative marketing. We're like, hey, we walk through life together and talk about things in this really like reflective way. Let's just share it and see
Hmm.
if anyone else drives with it. So, hey,
I
if you're
love that.
driving with us, keep driving.
Keep jiving. Keep jiving. That's a really good way to put it. Like, I should probably put my mic down because this probably isn't going to bode well for
Do
sound.
you. Do you.
I do love a Lizzie McGuire moment.
No, I know
Um,
you do. We're gonna do a Lizzie McGuire party. Maybe we do that as a parallel pass meetup and then everyone dresses. Although, like, I guess that
hey
maybe
now.
transcends generations. We're 10 years apart-ish, and I still love Liz.
Yeah. I Do the younger generations know of her?
That's a great question. I guess also older generations. All right, chime in if you don't wanna have the Lizzie McGuire party. We'll have our own Lizzie McGuire party.
Truly.
If you don't know
Oh,
Lizzie McGuire, just Google her now.
yeah, we'll let it ride.
Okay.
Let it ride.
Okay, I wanted to, tell you about the metaphysical fair that I went to because I haven't spoken to you since then. Really just because it was fun. There's no, like, poignant insight coming from this,
No,
but
just tell
can
me
I
about it.
just tell you the people I met there? Yeah. Okay. Everyone so I guess I should start with, like, do you know what I'm saying if I'm saying I went to a metaphysical fair?
My imagination shows me you at like a farmer's market type setup, but
Okay.
it's crystals and it's readings and it's drums and it's cacao. That's what I
Perfect.
figure.
Literally that. It wasn't exactly that, but yes, that's what it is. Um,
Okay,
so it
so
was
give me
me
what I missed.
well, I just wish there were drums and cacao, basically, that's all.
Heard.
Um, so it was in, like, a hotel conference room. I got an email from, like, a metaphysical meetup group I somewhere along the way joined in Austin. So I just walk in the hotel before I even get to the conference room where everybody's set up. These 2 women were just like, "You're gorgeous, amazing," and I'm like, "Vibes are so excellent." I'm sorry if that sounds braggy, it's literally just the vibes were high, like, every
Vibes
person
are
that
high.
walks in, they're gassing up, clearly. So I walk in and there's all these booths, like some wellness booths and a lot of, like, readers, psychic readers, past life regression things, and some artists. So I didn't go straight to a reading, it's like, "Let me get a lay of the land." So I talked to this, like, amazing artist for a while. And she had a bunch of animal art, so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have you draw my dog for sure, but I will take a lap." But she had, like, really cool, spiritually encoded pieces, and her interesting thing was that she's right-handed, but she does a bunch of art left-handed just for a challenge, but it's amazing. Like,
No,
imagine that. She could just do with her right hand, but she's like,
I just
just do
want
it
to do
with my
something
left."
new.
Yeah. So she had this very, very, like, goddessy, ethereal painting done. It was like a female kinda coded figure. Then with her left hand, she started making, like, her protector in, like, the ethereal realm, and it's, like, this dude with, like, a bunch of eyes, and she's like I was like, "Those eyes are really trippy, like, this is cool," and she's like, "It was actually just a happy accident, like, I put, like, my little template a little askew and realized then this, like, download came to make all these eyes, and that's how he's seeing how to protect her. I'm like, "Ugh." Okay, loved
Oh,
her. Then I
did
go
you
to a
end up getting a drawing from her?
no, I ran out of time, and I'll explain why. Shocker. I'm a triple Taurus, I don't like to rush, so if there's a time constraint, I'm gonna talk to someone for 2 hours and uh, briefly talk to someone. I'm actually curious your takeaway on the next booth I spent some time at. This woman, she had these, like, kind of abstract art pieces, but then she had QR codes and, like, a picture of a human, and the people were victims of violence that were dead, and she would, like, try to tune into their energy and make, like, a painting. Thoughts?
They're suffering?
Basically, like, it was kind of like like, her depiction of their energy, but the strange part is she'd be like, "That's like, dad that abused her through her life. You see how he's coming through in that part there," and I was like, I was calling in my angels. I literally, like, took one step back and took a breath. She was a wonderful woman, and so I was saying to her, like, "I appreciate that you're spending your time honoring these people, but it was what do you like, what would you think about that?"
Were you feeling like, what was her energy? That's my question, because I can see that being so many different things, right? Like you said, you love that she's doing that, but you were feeling something that was like, "Whoa, this is it
Yeah,
dark or?"
I think it just felt dark to me as my, like, I live in Little Lightland, having, like, depictions. It's like, why are you gonna encapsulate with this person's energy like their abuser? I don't
Yeah,
wanna like, I don't honor the
abstract?
yeah, it was literally just, like, lines and colors. Yeah. But then she had, like, I think it was kind of like the art equivalent of automatic writing maybe, like, she'd just do it, and then, like, there was one, it was this woman, like, her alive picture with a dog, and then, like, totally a dog figure, like, popped out, and she's like, "See this dog?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, if you're looking at a cloud and you're like, "That is a dog." So, I mean, it was just, like, an interesting thing, but that one was not my favorite. I just felt like I don't resonate with, like, sitting and talking about and I do like the concept of honoring their story, but yeah, I don't know, something about the darkness in there.
I feel like I could swing either way, and I would have to see just how I felt around her, because on one side it's like, well, if it's coming through, then they want that a part of their story, or whatever,
Yeah,
like just hearing what comes up. But then what you said about like encapsulating that and like framing it and making it a permanent fixture, I see both sides.
I do too. That's what I didn't find her to be, like, evil. I was trying to
Yeah,
just be
just
like,
like,
"I see what you're doing here." So, yeah.
it's not for
Um,
me.
but I was like, "Bring my angels in."
Yeah.
And then where I got trapped for the rest of the time that I had there was so do you recall me texting you earlier last week about iridology?
Yes. Yes.
There was just this booth with this giant picture of a bunch of eyes, and she was, like, an intuitive iridology reader, and so I zoomed over there, and I was like and she was, like, older, like, probably above 75, okay, and I'm like, "What type of reading are you doing, iridology readings?" And she was like, "Yeah." So prose, she has been doing iridology for 30 years. She did layer in like a little bit of like higher consciousness readings to like her psychic component, but she has like this map with the overlays of like this part of the eye is related to your kidney and this part is here. And she's studied it for a long time. Like if your pupil, like a ring around your pupil is this, that means that. Da, 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 da. So, it's super interesting. I was just like, what a weird synchronicity to come
Yeah.
across an iridology reader. I had a message to Alexander, my friend, saying I should find a psychic iridology reader. That's what I really want. And then I messaged him like, I manifested that.
Founded it. Founded it. Found
um,
it.
so pros where it was just so special. Cons, it's just the thing where like I live such a solar path life that I have to just be so to the point. She's clearly retired aside from doing these readings. She does a bunch of healing work actually, but she's just kind of meandering. She was like like telling a lot of stories about her personal life and like what it was like for her. And she kept showing me this book that the author she had met and studied with. And I'm like, so what do my eyes say? Like so like
Yeah.
self-focused. I'm like, we've got not that much time, and we just didn't get at some point, it was just like everything medically is askew. Like, she actually
She
picked up
said that?
she
Wait,
made
about just about in general.
She said for me, she didn't know that I have a stressful career that is not aligning anymore, that I'm, like, walking out of. She's like, "So, whatever your job is stressing you out to, like, beyond your limit. This is just, like, so unsustainable that." She's like, "I see you're very contained." And I came there all, like, dressed to the nines and, like, perky and kind, like, present. But I'm like, "Oh my gosh, my eyes are giving away." She's like, "You are so, so contained." She's like, "I bet you don't ever let loose, but your nervous system is so fried by, like, the mix of your extreme sensitivity and this, like, crazy amount of pressure that, like, you stay on this path leads to, like, a nervous system issue, like MS or Parkinson's." I don't even know if those are nervous system issues, that's just what she said. So, anyway, I was like, "Okay." I was, like, kinda
They sound
laughing.
I would assume those are nervous system
Sure,
related.
whatever. Well, at least, like, I
Play.
think the takeaway is definitely, like, and it wasn't surprising, it was just kinda good to hear. I set an intention before I go, I was like, "If I get any readings, let me hear just, like, take away something." And it was like, takeaway, like, "Alright, I'm on the right path," being like, "Alright, we're at kind of the breaking point, the disconnect from my sensitivity and femininity and this path." But then she was like, "Yeah, your energy feels like I'm on cocaine." Like, if I'm tuning, because I was like, "Tell me a little bit, like, that you're tuning in psychically. I love that you can kinda have your intuitive hits too." And she was like, "Oh," and she just laughing her butt off. Just, like, cackling, was hunched over laughing. I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "It's just funny, like, you're a very powerful soul. It feels like cocaine. It's a lot."
You said, "I am human cocaine
I
that
said, "You
barely
don't."
drinks any caffeine."
I drink 1 coffee a day, no alcohol, no drugs, no nothing, just water and exercise. The rumors about cocaine, I told her, I was like, "That's been a rumor about me since I was, like, 14, so you got it."
Got it.
Yeah, that was pretty much
That
it.
that makes me think of, Fred. You and Fred, your energetic blueprint very much overlaps there in the high energy, authenticity. I'm showing up, I'm here, I'm present, I'm hyped, I'm contained, I'm on coke, and I do nothing.
I'm safe and on coke. A
Yeah.
million miles a minute
Sober,
from you.
coked up.
Got you. Wait, tell everyone who Frank is.
Fred is
Fred,
my
sorry, Fred.
Frank! Shout out Frank.
You know what? Frank too. Frank, if you're listening.
Fred is my old boss when I used to do new home sales, and he's now my father. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, "Yeah, you're literally my dad." He's gonna what's the word? Facilitate my wedding? What's the
Ooh,
word when they're the reader of
officiate?
the officiate?
That's so sweet.
That's how much I love this man.
Aw.
He actually messaged me the other day and was like, "Hey, what's yours in Maleficent's podcast?" Which was her Halloween costume.
Well,
So
I literally just bought a costume a couple years ago, like, last minute. I didn't know that it was related to, like, a movie, so there was, like, a costume contest, and then they were saying it's Maleficent, and I'm like, "Oh, congrats to that person." They're like,
yeah,
"It's you, silly goose." They're like,
it's
"Oh,
you.
snap. That's me."
Okay, wait, I wanna rewind to this iridology. So, 1, well, the whole fair. I love that you got what you needed. Um, and 2 things. When you were talking about how she was meandering, it's so funny because I'm the same way, and yet I meander.
Mhm.
I just meandered to a side story about Fred, but like, when I was telling you about my story about the person I ran into at TJ Maxx, and they were worried about their voodoo doll.
Oh, right, right.
Guys, I can't bring this story here, and I'm so sorry. You can direct
Patreon
message me and I'll
exclusive
tell
when we
you.
do a Patreon.
Yeah, when we have a Patreon, I'll tell you, because then we can monitor who can hear it. But someone came up to me and was asking me to get the voodoo energy off them. Someone had, like, has a voodoo doll of them and took their hair. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, but her telling that story, it took 45, 55 minutes because she hit so many side stories, and I was like it's so funny because 'cause I'm like, "Get to the point," and here I am meandering while talking about meandering.
I gotta say, we're on a parallel path here. And I mean, we're 2 neurodivergent ladies, and, like, neurodivergence is, like, less pruning of your gray matter as your brain developing such that your thinking isn't
Say
linear.
all of that again. What about my gray matter?
Okay.
What did you
Our
just say about my gray matter?
Okay. So I listen, you know me, I deep dive everything. I learn 24/7. I was listening to this amazing podcast, I will plug it. It's like I think it's called The Neurodivergent Woman, but it's these 2, I think they're in Australia. They're just so smart, these people. I'm so sorry if that's not the name of it. I hope it is. But they were saying, like, as the neurodivergent women seek to understand if they truly are neurodivergent, especially autism, spectrum women that just are like the archetype for autism is so coded in a way that's, like, different than our conditioning if you're a conditioned female. So there's exploring, like, what are some things that kinda come up for neurodivergent people that are women that maybe can help you feel like you can understand your diagnosis better. Okay, so
Mm.
they're like, all these things, you could have sensory things, you could have this, you could have that, your thoughts, but they're like, the core thing you have to be neurodivergent is web-like thinking. So they were saying that as
Isn't that
brain
every woman though? Sorry to
well
interject.
no, you're not we're talking. We're on a pod chatting. Some women are more linear. So literally what I was saying about the gray matter about the brain, our
Okay.
brain, all probably all of our
All gray
listeners' brains,
matters.
to be honest. So as your brain is developing, you have, like, all these connections in your gray matter in your brain, and, like, your neural synapses are in your brain, it's all these things, and their electricity is firing around your brain. Is electricity? Whatever. And so as you're developing, a neurotypical person, their gray matter is getting pruned more in the process as it's developing. So, like, pruning, like, taking away some of these, like, web-like interconnections in your brain. But if you're neurodivergent, there's less of that pruning, so you retain more of these inner connections as your brain kinda, like, finishes developing, and
Mm.
so because you have, like, I hope you guys can watch the video too, but if you have all these interconnections that didn't get pruned out, like, each neurosynaptic firing has, like, more places to go. So if a neurotypical person is thinking or speaking, you're gonna see more linear thoughts progressions
Following.
because
Yeah.
their gray matter got pruned more, so their neurosynaptic connections are more linear, where if you're neurodivergent, you've got more of this, like, gray matter and all these connections, and they're more web-like in your brain, and so you go, like, from one thing to another thought, to a different thought, to a totally different thought, but it's, like, related in your brain somehow in this web, the other one, and then back to the original one. So you're keeping track, like, it's a linear
I
almost
can track
progression for
it. I can
you.
always come
Correct.
back. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really interesting takeaway that I think about a lot now, whereas, like, you can tell because a lot of people have weird opinions about whether or not I'm neurodivergent just because 'cause I'm, like, more social, and I'm like, "'Kay."
Yeah.
I certainly have web-like thinking, and so that at least I know, but yeah, so
First of all, I have web-like thinking. Second
thank
of all,
you. Thank you. Have you ever been in my brain? You see
yeah.
my gray matter? It's big,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay,
So
we
yeah.
have to link that. Let's put it in the show notes. Do you think you can find it?
Probably.
Okay.
Almost
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
No, I've got it
I
somewhere
bet
in the recesses of my billion podcast learning stuff. It's
I
cool.
I would imagine that our listeners, if they can stand to listen to this, it's probably because 'cause they're thinking in a web-like
Well,
manner as
that's what I'm
well.
saying is our listeners are almost mostly neurodivergent.
They're
Like, come
like,
on.
I get it. Hello?" So, yeah, we'll have that as a resource,
Okay, cool.
probably.
So yeah, really with the woman, the iridologist, it was more just that we had this finite block to connect and see, like,
Mm.
hey, maybe we could do a deeper dive another time. And we spent 80% of it with her just, like, telling stories about how crazy it was to get into this field 30 years ago, which is fascinating. So I think it was a great use of my time. But I was like,
Mm.
I'm
You just had
reflecting on
another
my
intention.
yeah, if I'm reflecting on my, like, learnings from the iridology, she quickly went over, like, "Oh my gosh, your gallbladder, your liver, your this, your this," like, it's all like, it was just horrific, and I'm like, "I'm not that unwell, so what's going on?" Like, I was like, "What would be, like, the major takeaway on the physical side?" 'Cause we just kinda,
Yeah.
like, circled everything on this page. And she was like, "Well, you don't quit your job because of this." I'm like, "Well, can you just say that, though?" Like, I'm trying to get some
Yeah.
rest.
That okay, so the second thing that iridology, you speaking about that made me think of is face reading. Have you heard of this?
It's like physiognomy or something like that. Y
Googling physiognomy right now because
Google it.
that's gonna be a hyperfixation word for me.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce it for sure, so definitely Google the pronunciation too. Physiognomy.
Physiognomy. the practice of assessing a person's character or personality traits by their physical features, especially the face. Similar, actually, I bet it's under the same bucket or in the same bucket, if you
Tell
will.
me your thoughts about it, but yes, I am familiar with it. I
Okay.
don't believe in just research stuff.
Okay. Researched it. Check. Um, I saw a reel by Lizzie Tilia, I think her name is. She's amazing, beautiful, wonderful. She's just a spiritual girly who loves the earth and talks
Cute.
about whatever she wants.
Sending her love.
Um, she was talking about face reading and how our faces cannot lie. So if you look sad, if someone looks sad and says they're not, sorry, they are. Your face
Yeah.
would not express that if you're not. I was like, so I did it to myself. This was months ago. This is gonna sound devastating. It's not. I've I've since moved through it. But she was saying, like, "Oh, if you wanna look at yours, set up your phone and, like, just close your eyes and rest your face, and then open your camera, open your eyes and take the picture, and look at it, and what's the first word that comes to your mind?" Mine was lonely. I
No.
know, I know. No, I knew you were gonna be so sad for me.
No, I'm, like, literally with you
Please
now. You
me.
can text me at any moment, I'll respond, so yeah, whatevs. But
Yeah,
no.
I know, but it I'm so glad I did it, and also it was so true and something that I'd been, like, blocking
Mm.
or not fully seeing in myself that I then gotta bring to couples therapy, which we're gonna talk about later anyway, so this will be fun, and talk about and move through and be seen in that. So, anyways, I just think it's cool that, like, the palm and the eyes and the face, like, everything, it's all interwoven, and it's just so celestial and cosmic and cute.
It's so quantum, like, it's just amazing, yeah, you could look at your contours of your face, your lines, your eye, and, like, of course, you would need to know, like, be an expert in that to really know, but it's like
Mhm.
the concept of like Western medicine where it's like you take one little discrete symptom and like take a pill or something when it's like our whole soul is speaking to us in all of these ways,
Yeah.
even about like things that might happen like years down the road and how your health is and how your emotions are. It's beautiful. I will
So
say
cool.
I was hoping the iridologist would be like, your eyes are clear because my eyes have cleared up as I do spiritual work. I don't know if you've had that same experience, but my eyes like they get especially if I'm meditating a lot, they get, like, crazy sharp, like, not
Like,
lighter,
your
but clear.
vision? Like,
No, like, the actual, like, as you're looking, like, aesthetically at my eye is blue, it doesn't get lighter blue, but it gets sharper and clearer. So, I've literally gotten, like, strangers to be like, "Hey, you must do a bunch of energy work, your eyes are really clear," and I'm like,
no
"I
way.
literally do, yeah, thank you." It's kinda crazy.
Correct.
So I'm like, my, like, ego is like, "Tell me something good." She's just like, "You're gonna have MS." And I'm like,
She's all, "Your
"Tell
kidney? It's fricked."
frick, mama." I was
Fricked.
like, okay, I really am interested in the couples therapy thing. I have a little game, but I don't
I was gonna say, we gotta do a game break
game break.
first,
Do you
but
wanna did you prepare something for me?
yes.
Okay, then let's do that.
Wait, I wanna know what your game is.
It's a would you rather. It's very brief. I was just, like,
Let's do
looking at it.
both.
Okay.
We're at 23 minutes. We've talked about our goal on time. We have time, right?
Sure. Sure.
Sure.
Edit out the first 5 minutes and put in 2 games.
I love it. Okay, I'll go first so that we can, what's the word? Whoop, wrap up the game from last week, which was blind ranking of
On
wellness
rankings.
trends. So I have 10 new wellness trends that
Oh,
I would like you to blind.
you. Okay, I'm gonna write down just because I wanna have my numbers handy in front of me, so okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Biohacking.
This is so hard. I think I'm gonna struggle with this more than you. Alright, 5.
5. You love biohacking and you're putting it at 5.
I know you're gonna give me good ones.
Okay. A therapy session with ChatGPT
Uh,
or an iridology session with ChatGPT.
shoot, I was gonna say, like, low,
Like
and then
an
I'm like, wait,
anything, yeah.
I put for the listeners, I put my iridology in ChatGPT before I met this woman, but then everyone got on my case because I posted about it on TikTok about, like, giving my biometrics, and I was like, "Just chill. Have you ever used FaceTime?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that at 8.
'Kay. Digital detox.
Ooh, is my favorite wellness strategies. If it's what I should do, probably like a 2. I'm gonna go 9.
9. Honestly, I don't think I've ever done one. Maybe
I
for a few
haven't.
hours.
Imagine what I could be researching at 3 in the morning
Yeah.
online.
Yeah. Okay. Light therapy.
Ooh, that's I'm on my light therapy pocket. I have a little red light thing. I'm kind of obsessed. I think the future of medicine is light and sound, absolutely. So
Mm.
I'm gonna go 3.
'Kay. Kundalini.
See, this is why I couldn't go like 1 off the bat. Dude, actually, like, Kundalini rising sessions with clients is so freaking insane too. I'm gonna put that at 4.
I thought you were gonna put it at 10.
Oh, does it have to be yoga? Because I was thinking of it as like a breath work version.
No, I just think about how you get nauseous, and I was like, "She's gonna hate this."
I love it to move energy through, but yeah, for the listeners, I get very, very nauseous doing this, and I'm like,
You're just down with it.
I pay to do it whenever I have free time because it's like it like for wellness, I think it moves the needle for me as someone that like
Mm.
does repress all of my stress and just stays polished. Like that's a needle mover that I feel like a marked difference. So yeah,
Okay.
but
Ooh,
I
I
do
love
get
it.
queasy.
'Kay. Yeah, worth it to get queasy if it's working.
Mhm.
Okay. So I love what you said about light therapy. Next one is frequency healing, tuning forks and binaural beats. So we could say sound healing.
Okay. At 2. I love
Love
it.
it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, Reiki and energy work.
1. I'm so glad I kept 1.
Ooh, yes, yes,
I
yes, yes.
I'm so, so open to everyone's energy, and I keep my energy freaking crystalline or else I crash out, but I love it. It's like it's a great joy of my life. Yes,
Mhm.
okay. I'm so glad I kept 1.
I know, what a treat. EFT tapping.
So I've got 6, 7, and 10. I'm gonna put 10 just because I don't do it that much.
Wait, I might not have done 10 things. We'll see. NLP or any kind of subconscious reprogramming, mental
Ooh,
state.
I only have 6 and 7 left. I'm gonna put 6 because I love it.
'Kay. Let me see if I even have 10. I missed something. Okay, we did NLP, we did EFT, we did Reiki, we did frequency. Oh, hee. I had 2. I had frequency healing and sound healing. Sorry, I boofed up.
Frequency healing is now 7.
There we go.
You know
There we
what?
go.
Congrats to Reiki. Congrats to our sleeper Kundalini work.
Yay.
And I'm so
Oh,
sorry, Digital Detox. You're on my mind. I
maybe
think
someday.
I'm happy with my list.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks,
Have you
man.
ever
That
heard
was
of, like, the
fun.
darkness retreats where you put on a blindfold and you don't speak or do anything for days? You're just, like, in darkness?
Yeah. So that's an amazing thing for me that I would adore and have a great time at. But the context is my human design environment is caves. I
I would
have a
love it.
room in my house that is a half of a garage that they transformed into, like, what would probably be a movie room for the audience.
Mhm.
Ashley. There's, like, a screen on the wall, but I literally just use it as a meditation room because there's no windows, it's, like, double sheetrock, it's silent, it's, like, the walls are painted, like, a dark green, so it's very, very dark, and it's my, like, happy place in the world, and every shower I take is in the dark. I shower at night and turn the lights off, and I was like, "I'm so caves environment." So, yeah,
You are
what would
cave.
you what would you think about that experience?
I wouldn't do well.
I think I wouldn't do well. That's so funny. Wait, tell me more. What would happen?
You know what? It actually would probably be good for me, but it would be a really, really hard experience.
What do you think would come up like that would make it, like, uncomfortable?
I think my deepest, darkest wounds and fears. I think it
Mm,
would just be a space for everything to surface and everything would surface.
word. With that belief, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's my thoughts about it, then yeah.
No, I'm just teasing. Well, okay, so just for the fun of it, let's take it one step further. So if you're in that environment and your deepest wounds come up to the surface, then what's the worst thing that can happen?
Nothing.
It's just like, "Why did I do this? Can I have a hug with my nice boyfriend? Where's
Yeah.
Fred?"
Or just give me one of my guys.
Anyone.
Um, you know what? This we're just segueing so well because you know how we were talking about our biggest lesson? We're gonna get
Let's do
into
it.
that.
Let's go there. Yeah,
And then
because
maybe
mine,
we
I
do a
think,
game
actually
at the
ties
end.
into it too.
You're what?
I think my answer to what we were talking about, what we surprise, next up. Yeah, I think my answer for the, retreat is related, so let's just get to it.
'Kay. So, we were texting about what we wanna talk about today. And I said, "If we have time, I wanna talk about both our maybe it's not even our greatest fear, but just, like, the thing in life that shows up over and over, these lessons that we learn and relearn and maybe avoid, but they come up anyways." And mine, I think I say fear because mine is tied to fear. Um, so yeah, there's the topic, and me being in the cave and feeling all that, one of my I've have 2 that are these lifelong lessons, and one that I've been sitting in lately is fear of pain, and
Mm,
that I just think it would be emotional pain and, like, even, like, a meanness to myself that I
aw,
don't let myself do on purpose, right, like, as a boundary, but I think I would kinda go crazy for a minute and
mhm,
be that. So that pain scares me. Any kind of pain
yeah.
scares me. Physical pain, I'm afraid of being murdered. Emotional pain, mental pain, it all freaks me out, and I want to avoid it at all costs. So there's
So
mine.
that's an interesting shadow. Let's just spend another sec with it because I like learning about you.
Mm.
So fear of pain. Do you have like any insight into like the impetus to that, or is it just like it's just very suppressed in you, like that piece because you're trying to be kind to yourself? Like, tell me more about
Mm.
how you think that got there.
Is impetus like Genesis?
Yeah,
Okay.
queen.
Queen. New words. I used colloquial this week. I don't
You
remember how, but I
cutie.
was like, I just said colloquial.
You're so cute. Oh!
Okay. Do I know where it came from? Yes and no. I think I have the earliest that I've got so far, but I think that there's more. I think it will keep revealing itself. Um, just as a sidebar, my other one that I learned from over and over is enoughness, like being
Mm,
enough or trying to heal or trying to fix. Um, and I feel like I've learned a ton from that and I understand it more well, more well, more better. And so I think pain is like a newer or it's been a while since it's come up, but the earliest I can remember it is my family stuff. My dad dying, him finding out he was on drugs, those things.
yeah.
Um, and feeling that like just pain. And I heard this definition of trauma as it's anything that's unbearable. Like we don't know what to do with it. And I love that definition. I think it's so good. It's so good. And I think it was just that, like, that pain was unbearable, and so now all pain freaks me out because it was so consuming mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Sounds
So I
like it
think
was so
that's the
dark
genesis.
too, like, it was so sudden or just so big, like, so overwhelming that it's like, yeah, your impulse in a subconscious level now makes sense how to be like, avoid it, like, make
Don't
sure
do
it doesn't
that.
happen because
Yeah.
it's gonna be completely consuming and so aggressively
Yes.
painful or shocking that I don't even know what to do. Yeah.
Yes. So this came
Hmm.
up in therapy, in couples therapy with, almost said with Kyle, not with my other partner.
Yeah, that's just Kyle, for sure you. You're good.
Um, so this came up because basically at the beginning of the year, I said, "Kyle, I wanna get married." And you already know this, but I'm giving you some new context, but our listeners some back context. I was like, "I wanna get married. I'm ready. I love you. We have so much fun." And then as I said, like, "I want you to propose to me," over these next few months, all these fears started coming up around getting engaged, and I was like, "Do we have the depth? Do we have this?" Like, just so much that is not really relevant to go into right now. I don't wanna meander.
You
um,
can meander. We love meandering. Just if
we
I
love
want
a
my
meander.
iridology reading, we can't meander too much.
So I wrote him a letter and I was like, I just feel like there's something missing. Like, I want us to go to therapy. And he was like, my heart is shattered because you're my world, but yes, let's do it because Kyle's
Mm,
amazing.
she rock.
Um, so we're talking about this. It was our fourth or fifth session the other day when this came up. And I was talking about how I want connection and I want this depth and stuff, but really I just wanted to know that we can get through hard things because our friendship, our relationship is so much like a friendship. Like we have so much fun and it's joy and we never fight and we respect each other and love each other. But what about this next level? And she's like, "Well, isn't you guys showing up in therapy doing that?" And I'm like, "Yes, like I feel more like this is meeting that need." And she's like, "And if you guys get divorced or it doesn't work out, like you can handle that pain." And I was like, and she's all, "Whoa, no, like that's a big, big thing, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't
Can you
know."
not, ma'am?
I was like, "That's no, that's the great." This was at the end of the session. So she basically was just like, sit with that this week, feel that fear of pain and what it's tied to, and try not to fix it and just like observe it and let it be there. Um, and then Kyle said something so cute after, and I cry every time I talk about it. But he
Aw.
was like, even yeah, like she said, even if it doesn't work out and we were married for 10 years, like that would still be worth it. He's like, of course that's not the goal, but like
Yeah,
I would still rather that than us break up because what if we don't
it
make
didn't
it?
work out. Yeah. Yeah.
And so it wasn't
Why?
even just like, yeah, I could be okay with that, but it was being seen in my pain or my fear of pain and
Hmm.
being held in it that just felt so good. So anyways, after that I texted her. I was like, I think it's time for some individual therapy.
Can we do individual therapy with the same lady?
I'm going to. So
I thought couples therapy you couldn't. You can.
really.
No, I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm clearly not your therapist. That's good to know.
She's like, we're good to go. I don't know. I've never heard that, but I could see why not.
Maybe it's just some therapist preferences, and then some like think it could be really helpful because they already have a bunch of nuance and context. You know what I was thinking though, as you're saying that is you're a friend of mine that is so open to exploring shadow and depth, and like your Scorpio moon, bury that. But like I'm so impressed by you. I have always been that you're so willing to go there and like really think about the ugly part of life or the hard part of your psyche or the experience of life. So it's actually really remarkable and inspiring that if you have this deep visceral fear of pain that you still like with your eyes wide open like dive into it
Mm,
over and over. Like
thank you.
even me, I spend less time in shadow and like that's not my deepest fear. You know, it's just like that's really brave.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, thank you. That was a very sweet compliment.
Well, it's just what I was thinking about.
Just over there. Okay, so I wanna know yours.
Okay.
You
Well, do you
said
wanna
you had it ready.
I do, but do you wanna touch on enoughness at all, or just you were given that context that that's the other one?
More just context.
Okay. Alright,
I
so
would rather go into yours.
okay. So I hope what I'm thinking of is along the same lines because it's not a fear, but I think so. Like the way you phrased your text, and by the way, she texted me not long before we recorded, but I really have thought through this. So let me try to be somewhat concise, not meander too much. Is like, hey, what is like I read it as like, what's like the theme that comes up over and over in your life that you're noticing like this
Yes.
theme or this, yeah. Okay. This is so clear to me, and it's independence or like problem solving on your own. So,
Mm,
for example, when I was younger, we talked in another episode a bit about like how I was in the church and I was just like, does this like resonate with me? And I was so young, and so I brought in on a soul level this gift of like, I have my own discernment and my own truth. But it's come up, and I'll give you more examples, just come up so much. So, I had, like, experiences in my youth where, like, a church is an example, or even, like, my parents really just for my level of sensitivity and just the soul that I am, the complex being that I brought so much of that complexity here, like, that wasn't really I don't think they were calibrated really to deal with exactly that. I don't know that any parent would be, so not
Yeah.
to downgrade their parenting, but there was a lot of, like, with just what I needed and just day-to-day stuff that they my mom really remarkably went on a mental health journey, but it was around the time that I was in formative years. So she
It was
boldly
around the time what?
I was in my formative years.
In your
So, like,
formative years, 'kay.
she boldly modeled, like, mental
Mm,
health, you know, deep dive excavation, but she wasn't like, "Alright, I'm gonna figure everything out for you." So, it was very much an environment where I was like, "Alright," kinda thrust into, like, what like, do my own thing, be self-accountable, figure out a lot of things. I just figured out a lot in my childhood. Then I graduate college, I start this rotational program for work, which has me, like, move every 6 months to a new job and a new location, a new division. It is intentional, it's like a thing you learn how to learn, but it's like, how interesting, like, I call on this opportunity, it's like you're thrust I was literally in England, in, like, outside of Oxford, like, in my young 20s, just no I don't know anyone, I'm, like, in a new job again, it was just every time I would get the semblance of a route at work or in my community or anything, it would just, like, pick myself up and go to another place again and again. And then I
mm.
roll up when I moved to a city that's far away from everyone I knew, and I had this big health issue, and it was like all this mental health stuff came up that I've been suppressing. And then I'm again just, like, away from
Wait,
anyone
what
I
was that?
know.
What
I
was
had a
your
re
health
I
issue?
had a really severe eating disorder at the time. So I was, like, totally physically and emotionally askew, like, my body was so off. I literally just went to a treatment center and was like, "You should take me as an outpatient, but I have to keep working." And even at the actually, that's a good example, like, at the group treatment, all these other people had, like, a dad or a spouse or a boyfriend that would, like, pick them up or take care of them or help them cook
Mm,
stuff, or they didn't work, or they worked just part-time. I was the only one that had no support and a full-time job, and they were like, "This woman haunts the pavement," and they'd be like, "What's your self-care?" or "What caring things will happen tonight?" Like, "We'll leave with that," and people would be like, "My husband's gonna draw me a bubble bath," or "I'm gonna do a puzzle with my dad," or da 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 da, and just be like, "I'm gonna walk, like, 3 miles to my house and just go to bed for 2 hours before I run before my 60-hour-a-week job that I go at 6 a.m. now so I can come to this at night," like, that, which is kinda like I think it's kind of funny at this point, but and then, yeah, so zooming through the rest of it, I go back to Chicago after I finish my eating disorder treatment. I was like, I just need to change." I take this job. Within a couple of years, every executive leaves the job. I'm now a CFO of this giant company in my 20s with no, like, boss telling me what to do or helping. It's just thrust into that. And then again and again, COVID happens. I also manifested, like, not having a partner as I have been in my adult life, like, it just hasn't happened. My current job, same thing, there's, like, no resources, no analytics happening, they just want me to come in and strategize. So it's, like, the most stark theme of this, like, you just get thrust into, like, problem solving or just, like, independently figuring out your life. And what I really think about it though for me now is this, like, extremely important shift. I revere all of the lessons I've learned. I'm, like, extraordinarily grateful. I even had this, like, really deep talk with my mom at one point where she was like, "Did you like, reflecting your childhood, was that just, like, so painful for you?" And I was like, "Listen, yeah, and it's perfect." Like, I told her, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, completely authentically, I'm so grateful that my childhood was exactly as it was because it formed the person I am that I'm very proud of, that is very capable and is very wise. And like I could sit in a 10-day Vipassana or whatever retreat in the
yeah,
dark. Like everything that's come up to like drag me down, I've just taken a breath and been like, all right, I'm gonna just figure it I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna take another
got
step
it.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah. So but I what I really want to do is get out of that paradigm. I'm saying I'm grateful for it, and I think it formed a person that I'm proud of.
mhm,
It certainly formed a person I'm proud of. Doesn't mean that that theme has to be like on my back or like side by side with me for the rest
Right.
of my life. So I'm like really consciously noticing like, hey, that was growth, but my whole life doesn't need to be this like rugged growth pattern. So I'm calling in a much gentler career, right? That I feel like I'm collaborating with people. Calling in a partner who is very much in his masculine that can just show up for me without me driving it. Because my partnerships are very that theme too. Just like men that did not, for whatever reason, were not in their masculine and couldn't kind of drive the relationship forward. So I'm like, dude, the concept of me being out of that theme and getting a bunch of support from my friends, from the people I'm working with, from my partner will be such a like
Mm,
delicious
yeah.
experience. And I'm gonna be so, so glad. But yeah,
Yeah.
tell
And
me
it
thought.
you're, like, already on your way out and or have been out and maybe visit it, right? Like, you talking about being that CFO, and I know you've been a CFO a few times now,
Yeah. Maybe
but every time it's with this different lens of, like, 1, this does not define me, 2, this is not my responsibility, I just have a genius here, like, I just can do this, but
Mhm.
also clocking, like, and I'd rather not. So, the lessons aren't like, in my opinion, these things that we learn over and over aren't like to get away from it or to heal from it, but to figure out how and in what environment we operate on the highest end of that.
That's so
Like,
smart.
you
Yeah.
feeling like I can care for myself. And so everything I get from my people and my husband is just a bonus and a
Yes,
treat
it's
and like
delightful.
delightful. Yes, yes. And I don't know, like that's just what was coming through because it's not meant to just be hard over and over and over again,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like learned from different angle, different angle, different angle until it just feels so part of who we are. And like how you were talking about with your mom too, how she was like, "Was it so bad?" And you're like, "Yeah, and it was fine and perfect and it made me who
Yeah.
I am." And if it wasn't nurtured or brought up in your childhood or home life, it would have come up somewhere else. Like you just
100%.
learned the skills early.
The soul plan was planning, baby, like, there's
Yeah.
it wasn't like something bad didn't happen. I, like, say that about every experience I had. It's like, nothing, like, went wrong on my soul plan. It's
Mm,
going great, but
yeah.
I like what you said about you take kind of, like, the highest vibration of these themes into, like, an integrated, like, beauty moving forward. So, like, think about you with pain. It's like this big sticky point in your life, but you facilitate coaching healing sessions with people. You dive into shadow, you share vulnerably, you have this amazing depth. Like,
I
these
love
become
that.
our gifts.
Yeah, because 'cause
So
I'm like, "How do I get there?" But I think I'm just bouncing back and forth. Like, I have my fear of pain, and yet I can walk in it, and it's showing up in that with clients, but I don't have to forever fear pain or something that the therapist said was like, "Oh, I was so af I was so afraid of sadness, I walked myself into depression." And there's this quote of like, "What we fear, we create." And so it's just this true radical acceptance of pain will happen. However, I've learned so much through and about it that I can show up differently, and it's served me, and it's serving my clients, and it is a part of who I am truly and deeply.
mhm, and the universe, like you were saying, the universe will bring pain as a theme to you,
Mm,
maybe in a gentler way now, because 'cause you're like,
yes.
"Alright, I'm looking you in the face." And really I guess, like, anyone listening, think potentially after this, like, what is a theme for you that's
Mhm.
come up. But, like, how is it your gift? I kinda get annoyed when people say superpower too much, so, ugh, but, like, that is your
How is
superpower,
it
you
your
know?
superpower?
I
Yes,
don't know
I
why that
love that.
annoys me, it just sounds, like, performative, like, you're at, like, a work thing, you're
Is
like,
that your
"What's your superpower?" And you're like, "I guess suffering quietly?" Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
Weird.
that one I hate that these are, like, losing their pizzazz for me, but, like, alignment, sometimes I'm kinda like, "Okay." But yet I feel it so deeply, but I'm like, "I'm
Aw.
so over that word." Like,
There's
"It is
yeah.
or it isn't aligned." Like, "Shut the fuck up." Like,
I wanna circle back to you using pizzazz just now, that was I'm gonna use pizzazz this week 100%.
I
That just
used
landed.
it's losing its pizzazz.
That was really like, that's a fun. You know what? I have an idea for a game for this pod, like another episode, is before we start, we give each other like a phrase or a funny like word to weave
Love it.
into the pod, but we don't tell the
Yes.
audience. And then at the end we can, but it's just silly. Then we laugh whenever it comes up. That'd
Okay,
be fun.
that
Uh,
would be really fun. Because mine
pizzazz
this
won't be
week
one of
is
them.
physiognomy, and yours is pizzazz.
I want to talk another. We're fully running out of time, but physiognomy. I have
Physiognomy.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce it, genuinely. Listen, everyone that is listening to us for any amount of time, I don't know how to pronounce words that I've just read, and I'm okay with that. So if I'm pronouncing something crazy, just it's cool. I don't
Leave it be.
but I'm never gonna be attached to being like, I know how to pronounce stuff because I don't know. But that study, because you can see like personality propensities, you can see like I was gonna say alignment. You can see, like, really nuanced things and oh my gosh, okay, maybe with sometime we get a reader on. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
If you're a physiognomy reader, comment. We're gonna have you on.
because there's no way you found us on accident.
No, yeah,
No.
exactly. No.
No. Okay, wait, did you have something you wanted to touch on? We said at max end, we'd do 55 minutes. I think we use all the rest of our 3 minutes. I wanna know what your game is, but you also had one more thing to touch on.
Oh, no, I wanna do the game. I really wanna do
Okay.
we're gonna end with the game. I was like, "Should we keep it to 35?" We're at 50 doing a game. Whatever.
Go 35 to 55. I'm like, 35 is
35 is
hilarious.
crazy.
We
Guys, when
can't.
Ashley and I meet, we talk for like 5 hours just
Yeah.
chilling. 55 is nothing. It's just a breath. Okay. It's a would you rather game.
Okay.
Let me see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10-ish. So we can do a kind of rapid fire and we'll leave. All right. Some of them are not they're not all spiritually related. Would you rather have breakfast for every meal or dinner every meal the rest of your life?
Breakfast. You?
Okay, that's an ease in. Would you rather have your sleep
Wait, what's
capped
your
at
answer?
Oh, okay, you want me to answer? Alright, I would
Mhm.
do breakfast all day.
Yeah.
I love breakfast, brekkie. Would you
Becky.
rather have your sleep capped at 6 hours a night, every night forever, or never be able to meditate again?
Never be
See?
able to meditate again.
Yeah, you gotta sleep. I'm thinking I might choose have my sleep capped because I think I would acclimate to it. But I sleep a
A
lot.
good point.
I have a new ring on, and I slept 10 hours one day last week, and I didn't wanna tell my twin brother who has small kids. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." She
Sorry.
really
I'm
sleepy.
thriving. Oh,
That's okay. Would you rather be clairvoyant or claircognizant? Now, for anyone listening, clairvoyant is like clear seeing, where you might be able to like do psychic readings and see things coming in, or claircognizant is clear knowing. You just get like downloads.
um, I think claircognizant. When you say clairvoyant, do you experience it like images in your mind or literally seeing the thing in
Either,
the
either would
It
definitely
freaks
be
me
that.
out to see anything out here, so I'm gonna
Okay.
choose claircognizant.
I think claircognizant too. Yeah, I think that's fun. Okay. Clairvoyant might be freaky. We're gonna get to another seeing one in a sec. Would you rather have spaghetti for hands or for feet?
Hands. I want everyone to see it.
I'm gonna go feet. I'm too vain. Put some shoes on and I hate that one.
Spaghetti?
This is why made us do the game because right before we got on, I saw someone ask about the spaghetti for hands thing, and I was like, "That's funny."
I
Okay.
love it.
Would you rather see ghosts or auras?
Auras.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. I think auras too, but like, no, ghosts would be so sick for like one day and then be horrible.
I'm
Okay, auras.
terrified. You would
All right,
choose
we'll keep it.
auras too?
Yeah, auras because I would want ghosts like initially and then be like, "This is hell." Like,
This is my personal hell.
this
This
is
is
heck.
my nightmare!
This is heck. Would you rather be able to heal
Yeah,
people with your mind or your body? By body could be like touching your hand on a.
my mind.
I think mine, that's sick. Just like,
Yeah.
I guess it's kind
Telepathic
of like
healing.
oh, it's like a little how I guess Reiki is all the things, but it's just like, you know? Okay. This one okay, I'm gonna skip this one actually. I don't like that one. Would you rather hiccup 30 seconds every minute, so half of every minute you have to hiccup, or have to sing the rest of your words for life?
Sing the rest of my words for life.
Me too. I hate hiccuping. I have like a neurodivergent like trigger. If I hiccup,
Really?
that's like one thing that I freak out about. I just don't like hiccuping. I just feel like
Really?
Just like you with the headphones earlier, just like, "Yes, stop." Like, yeah.
Before we started the episode, I came on with my headphones and started crying. We had to delay starting because I couldn't wear my headphones today.
Like crying. I'm like, "Do you want a second?"
Okay.
Okay, 2 more. Would you rather live in your heart chakra or your third eye chakra?
Heart.
Me too. Some
Yeah.
people would definitely choose third eye though, just like being so psychic all the time.
It
It'd
would
be
be
fun.
cool.
It'd be really fascinating, and you would get used to it, but it's just I would be queasy.
It's like constant claircognizance.
My last one sucks, I don't like it.
What was the one you wanted to skip? I wanna know it so
Okay, the
bad.
one I was gonna skip was, would you rather be a spiritual guru or be respected in your community as a leader, but not have much reach? Maybe it's not a bad one.
That's a tough
We'll
one.
end with that one.
I think I would rather have reach.
I know, I would choose guru. I would rather have more reach. It just seems,
Yeah.
like, bad to be like, "I'd rather be a spiritual guru."
It
But, like,
does. It seems bad, but
whatever.
it's not.
You know what? Let's start a platform on making spiritual guru happen. Like, it can be
Yeah.
fine. We just
Yeah.
no
It's
judgment.
it's like having a lot of money. Like,
Yeah,
you know how it I don't think it is as much anymore, but money is the root of all evil. Money magnifies. And so who you are, your money's gonna help you create more of what you
for
want and put
sure.
good into the world or bad if you're selfish. So same about having a lot of reach, if you're doing it for
Thank
the
you.
right reasons, like slay. You get to help
Yeah.
more people.
I have, like, no issue with like, my other podcast, my co-host was like, "I don't even" like, he at this distance even doing it, he's like, "I don't want" like, he just doesn't wanna be seen. I'm like, "My toxic trait is" I'm like, "Please."
Please show me.
With my hair crazy. Listen, don't show me today, but show my thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Show
I'm
the
done with that.
chat.
To conclude, if you are a spiritual guru or very wealthy, just do it for the right reasons.
And that is the conclusion of the whole podcast.
That
Today was
is
really good. I enjoyed our conversation a lot.
me too. I always do.
Used.
Today was real good though. Yeah. Guys, I
Mhm.
hope you enjoyed our parallel. Bye.
I hope. Bye.